Hookers, liars, and stinkers. That's the focus of tonight's angle.
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
I've never discussed my business or their business, my sons or daughters, and I've never discussed them because they know where I have to do my job and that's it, and they have to make their own judgments. He's a grown man, and it turns out he did not do a single thing wrong.
Now, of course, no one, not a single adult alive with any normal brain activity, believes this. The line that Joe Biden wasn't aware of his son's business dealings is undercut by Biden's own life story. Now, from his own words and his own actions, we see that his family means everything to him. Their closeness has been chronicled in profile after profile, going back to his ill-fated 1988 presidential campaign, all the way to present day.
It was a family affair. The boys were older. He had remarried, had a new daughter.
You know, he said, let's just test the waters.
Bowie, I love you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm also so proud of my son, Hunter, and my daughter, Ashley. And my wife, Jill.
Our whole family, and this sounds corny, but we found purpose in public life.
My campaign has always been a family affair, every campaign I've run.
In his own words. Now, the president was so close to Hunter that he brought him on overseas trips as vice president, including a 2013 trip to China. Now, see Hunter here in that red sweater, enjoy traditional tea in Beijing. And he continues to travel with his dad, now as president, most recently to Ireland this past April.
I'm here with my sister, Valerie, and my younger son, Hunter Biden. Stand up, guys. I'm proud of you.
Shameless. And of course, we know at about the same time frame that Hunter Biden was entertaining hookers, doing coke, and participating in orgies, his longtime business partner, Eric Schwerin, visited the White House at least 8 times. That was in 2016, meeting with then Vice President Biden's chief of staff, Steve Ricchetti. Nah, nothing to look at here. Well, the press tried to ignore it all, even when we have Hunter, in his own words. From one of his infamous sex tapes, we hear him talking to a Russian prostitute about how one of his laptops got stolen.
They have videos of me doing this. They have videos of me doing like fucking crazy sex, you know. My computer, like taking tons of like just left that cam on.
Sounds like an obvious blackmail possibility. And the prostitute then asked Hunter if he was worried about that possibility.
Yeah, in some way, yeah. The president. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, they are. He is. He knows. He knows. I've talked about it all the time. Now, if they do, he also knows I make like a gazillion dollars.
He also knows that I'll make a bazillion dollars, or is it gazillion? He also knows? Does he mean his dad? It sure sounds like it. Again, Hunter knew his last name was the only reason why anyone would want to watch his sex tape. Look, the facts are overwhelming and not in dispute. First, the Biden family has gotten very, very wealthy when they have no recognizable business acumen or anything to offer other than their last name. Second, the large sums of money that Biden's son and brother collected during his time in office came from sophisticated people. Third, those sophisticated players prepared to pay millions of dollars to members of the Biden family because they believed they'd get certain benefits in return from the U.S. government. Fourth, whistleblowers with reportedly no partisan motivation have alleged serious interference by the DOJ to stymie and thwart the IRS investigation into Hunter. Fifth, Hunter's plea deal, a couple of misdemeanors for failing to report $1 million in income, and no gun charge, no jail time. At the very least, it looks suspicious. Now, here on The Angle, we try to live in the real world. Every single person in the White House press room knows how all this works. The only defense that they have is that we can't prove that Biden himself did lobbying or was directing Hunter's business. Well, either one of two things is going on here. Number one, that all of Hunter Biden's clients could have been deceived by Hunter who bamboozled them into just giving him millions for nothing. Return, they got nothing. Or, and this is far more likely, that these foreign entities were getting real value for their money. And a crucial point that I think has gotten lost here, these foreign interests are now encouraged to believe that America is for sale. It doesn't matter if Joe Biden himself sought out the scheme or knowingly took a bribe. Whatever the law says, he managed to get rich off government service. Certainly his family did. The answer isn't here, I think, in response to this, well, let's have another impeachment or let's, have another investigation. Because the only way to fix this is if the voters themselves decide to punish the Democrats and punish them badly. And again, this is why the GOP is going to be wasting its time if it pursues endless investigations here right before a presidential election, as tempting as these possibilities are. We all know what happened here. It's all going to likely backfire by turning Biden into a martyr. Instead, we should turn him into a loser at the polls. And one pillar of the 2024 campaign for Republicans should be the Bidens are getting richer while your family is getting poorer. Or maybe something like re-electing Biden will just mean his family will buy another house as millions of Americans are forced to sell theirs. It's up to Republican candidates to show women, to show independents, and maybe even urban voters why this Biden family grift matters. We know the press isn't going to do it, right? Well, it matters because Biden is compromised on some of the biggest issues facing the country, including China. You could hear then Vice President Biden downplaying China and the threat China posed way back into the 2016 campaign. Watch this.
I've been to China a lot. Chinese are good people. They really are. They're decent people. We want China to grow. She asked me, why do you keep saying you want us to grow? I said, so we can sell you our products. There used to be an expression in that little steel town. These guys aren't a patch on our genes. I have not met a single world leader who would even for a heartbeat not change places with the problems the president had versus the problems they had.
Funny how the world leaders right now, Mr. President, are lining up to lick Xi's boots 2.5 years into your presidency. Every good father in America, every single one, takes a deep and profound interest in his child's, in this case his son's, business dealings. The whole notion that Joe Biden personally benefited only if a check was made out in his name is just ludicrous. If you pay my kids money, I have 3 kids, you pay them money, then look, you're making me happy as long as it's, on the up and up. But you pay kids money, parents feel good about it generally, right? I don't need the money. Biden doesn't need the money. And you'd rather have it go to your kids anyway, especially if you get older. And at his advanced age, Biden probably does feel that way. Like, in a way, this is his children's rightful inheritance to get this money from all these foreign interests. And no doubt, all of Hunter's clients realize that. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.